It looks like Nicki Minaj is parking her super bass at the American Idol judges table. So, who will be sitting next to her and Mariah now? I mean, first of all, is it even true about Nicki Minaj? We have so much to talk about here. We have all the latest names thrown into the mix, and then we also want to talk about Taylor Swift's, well, Swift romance with Conor Kennedy that seems to be really heating up.
Yeah, and we also want to get to every other pun. So shall we? Help me tackle these topics. He is the founder of GossipCop.com. She is a reality television personality and still, I might add, a New York housewife. Michael Lewinas and Jill Zarin, everybody. And I do want to say, time is a-wasting because, Jill, I understand you need to catch a flight.
I do. I'm going to be selling Squeeze Couture on HSN tomorrow, so stay tuned.
All right, there you go.
Anybody.
Okay, so let's into this we dive. Are we going to have 87 judges now on American Idol, each making at least $15 million, Michael? What's happening here?
I know, it's more of a musical chairs game than it is musical competition show. It looks like it's very close that Nicki Minaj is going to sign this week to do American Idol. But there are a whole bunch of other names out there. There's Nick Jonas, there's Pharrell. They want to have a Latin flavor, so they're talking to Enrique Iglesias. They also want to have a country star, so they're talking to Keith Urban and Brad Paisley.
Okay, right now, like, who's on the panel right now? Forgive me, I'm totally unclear.
Randy and Mariah.
And that's it.
And Randy maybe not.
And probably Nicki.
Okay.
So,
and the Diddy, the Puffy,
I don't see that happening.
So I like Nicki for it, and in fact, I happen to know that she's been working on a brand, ironically, with the same team that developed the. Who was the judge last year? J-Lo, sorry. J-Lo's line, and it's an amazing clothing line coming out next year, so doesn't that make sense that she would want to be on to promote her brand?
That's
See, it all puts together. But I don't know, like these two divas, but that, I think the show might end up being about them and not the cast of singers.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Seems to agree with that. And there's already reports that they may be fighting. How does that happen when there hasn't even been cast yet?
Reports are great. All right, so Lara has it, Taco, Michael, kissing over the weekend. What can you tell us about the 22-year-old and 18-year-old?
Well, Taylor and Conor are heating up. They took a very romantic stroll along the beach. They were holding hands. But you know what? They also had a somber moment.
Yeah, this is Taylor Swift again and Conor Kennedy.
And they also had a very, very somber moment. They went to visit the gravesite of Conor's mom. They held hands there. They lowered their heads in prayer with some of the other Kennedy clan. You know, she's really becoming a part of that family right now.
Jill, your mom, she's 22 years old.
Yeah.
It's a just turned 18-year-old boy.
Well, I do like the fact that the grandmother set them up. I do. I'm such a Jewish mother. I mean, I just love that we're going to help pick the mates for our family members. She is kind of young, but, you know, I think we got to let them be. Like, why do we know this? Why are we following them? Let them go in peace to the cemetery. You know, the fact that we're reporting this today means that we're following them, and they can't really develop a relationship. So, you know what? The media needs to back off Taylor Swift. Let her have a life.
I agree.
Too young.
They're too young. I mean, he's going back. He's a senior in high school. You know, I mean, she's really young. They're just two young kids.
They're two young kids. Let them be. Let them figure it out. You know, the press has got to lay off some of these younger stars.
We got some interesting news today. I'm so happy to hear that she's okay. Rosie O'Donnell, if you hadn't heard, that she suffered a heart attack, and she was so open and honest about it. Michael, what do you know about the story?
Well, you know, about a week ago, she saw a heavyset woman who was struggling to get out of a car, and she was being a good Samaritan, helped this woman out. But later in the day, she started feeling chest pains. She started feeling pain in her arms. She was nauseated. She threw up. And then she thought to herself, let me just look up women's health, heart attack symptoms. And she realized she had to take an aspirin, which she did, thankfully, and that probably saved her life. And then she found out the next day when she went to the doctor that she had a heart attack, that there was 99% blockage, and she had a stent.
Yeah.
But thankfully,
her coronary artery, 99% blocked.
But thankfully, she's doing okay and recovering at home.
You know, thank goodness. I love Rosie. I met Rosie backstage at the Rachel Ray show when I was on it. She's bigger than life, and she's not a small girl. And I think that she's going to see this as an open door to get healthier, and I hope that she shares her journey with all of her fans. I love that she blogged it to everyone, what happened to her. She's so honest with all of us. Don't you love that about her?
Yeah, yeah.
And let her teach us. How did she know? What are the signs? You know, it's the #1 cause of death for women is heart disease, which most people don't know. So I hope that she shares, and I can learn something from her.
Speaking of sharing, and we do have this right, she, like moments ago, she did tweet this. I'm at home listening to Barry Manilow painting feeling good, and maybe the best part of all, hashtag life. Amen to that. Again, Michael Lewis and Jill, you can catch all tomorrow. HSN, is this it?
HSN,
All right,
thank you.
go get your flight, young lady. All right. Hey, thank you very much.